Welcome to the Shifted Lifestyle with the Siama Joyce. Today I'm going to be talking about your health and your relationships. Now, I'm going to be speaking from an empowering perspective. Now, what do you do when you begin to find that you're now having psychosomatic diseases because your relationships is not working? Now, the truth is both of those factors, which is your health and your relationship, they have a very strong correlation. When you're happy in a relationship, what happens is that the state of your health is better. And when you are not doing well in relationships, especially like a close relationship, like maybe like a marriage or even like with a sibling, what you then tend to see is that the state of your health gets worse. Things like chronic diseases are affected when the body is in toxicity, which means that a state of chemicals now are being released like cortisol into your system as a result of the negative emotions that are taking place in your life on a day-to-day basis. You tend to see things like insulin resistance. That's for people with diabetes. Gets a lot worse when you're in a state of toxicity. When you're not sleeping, when you're not eating right, your body tends to react to that because now you're now releasing cortisol into your system that has now affected how you are functioning on a daily basis. It's not uncommon to see somebody's sugars become very elevated in a bad toxic relationship. It's not uncommon to see hypertension go away, not being able you're not being able to manage hypertension with maybe the medication and the lifestyle changes that you've had, because now you're in an environment that's toxic to your health. When you're in an environment that's not good for you, things like cortisol is being released constantly into your system. So, what do you do when you find yourself in a relationship and all those things that I mentioned are now starting to happen to you? A few things I'm going to start with. I take things from a biblical perspective because that's what I believe and that's what works for me. But I also like to give practical ways to deal with issues on a daily basis. Now, I believe one in prayer. Prayer is like a lifeline for me. That's my first go-to for any situation I find myself in. But I also believe a lot in getting help and taking action as needed. Now, I had a situation whereby, I did see a lady who was pregnant and about 7, 8 months pregnant in a very toxic environment. And she came up to me and asked me, what do I do? These are the things that are going on. The first thing I told her, yes, you can pray, but you need right now to save your health and your health of the unborn child. You need to get out of that environment. Pretty much. You need to leave. You need to first find your sanity. And then once you're able to find the sanity and that of your loved one, then you can come back to deal with the situation. Or you can find other ways that work for you, whatever works for you at that time. But I say take yourself out of toxic environments that are affecting your health. Because, especially with women, when you have children and you let your health deteriorate so bad that now you're not able to take care of your children, guess what? They suffer. They suffer. So it's always best to take care of your health. Take care of your health first. If you find yourself in a situation where a relationship is now making your health go bad, seek help. Take care of yourself first. This is okay to be selfish in this situation, to take care of yourself first. Now, I believe in prayer. You can pray for people and God can change anybody. That's the truth. God could change anyone. But you need to be alive to watch that change take place. So you need to prioritize your health. And if you have young ones, kids, you need to prioritize them. in situations where you find your health deteriorating because of the effects of a negative relationship. Now, your health matters, your life matters, you matter. You should always think of yourself and your children and your loved ones when making decisions that are going to affect you negatively or positively. Now, I would say this: if you are a man, if you're a woman, and you don't get a yearly physical, please go start doing that now. Because it's very important to take care of things when at the early stages before they go out of hand. If you're not getting a physical, like a physical is where you get your labs drawn, they take blood from you and they take it to the lab and they check out your numbers, make sure your numbers are fine. For women, you go see a gynecologist and she does, the routine pap smear where she checks, your cervix and making sure that everything is okay. Things like sexually transmitted diseases, things like early stages of cancer, things like, abnormal numbers could be seen when you go take care of those things. Now, your health matters, your relationships matter, but more importantly, you matter. You matter. You as a person matters. And if you have children, your children matter because they don't have anybody else to take care of them if you're gone. This was a very it was a topic that I really wanted to talk about because I see it happen time to time. We're not prioritizing our health, and it's affecting every part of our lives. Please take care of yourself. It's very important. Have a nice day. Thank you.